Welcome to Tweet Pe Charcha's latest episode. I'm Sarah Fazil.
And this is Afreen Hussain.
Afreen, you know what we're going to be speaking about today?
Tell me, Sarah, what is it?
Well, it's about a spectacle that's going to be remembered for years together because Amchi Mumbai witnessed the victory parade welcoming the T20 World Cup-winning team India. And it had tens and thousands of fans that swarmed Marine Drive, and it was such a spectacle to see. In fact, it was such a jubilant celebration that imagine Iceland's cricket page on platform X. They went and tweeted about the Marine Drive picture, and they wrote that the people we see in this is 20 times more than our country's total population put together.
Right. But you know what, Sarah? I think that this extravagant pomp and all of that has not gone down really well with social media users. Some people were angry, some people were surprised, shocked. There are a ton of reactions that are coming out on X, and let's go through some of the tweets. Let's see what people are telling. Some of them are highlighting the point where people did not turn up to the streets when there were important issues like Manipur, NEET and all of that, which required people's attentions. But even for elections, even people did not turn out in such huge numbers, but for this victory parade people came down to the streets. Right. So people have a ton of reactions. Let's go through some of the tweets. Let's see what people are telling about this victory parade celebrations.
Absolutely. Now, as much as we are for our team India's victory, some of the undesirable consequences that this victory parade led to was not pleasant.
So, this tweet is from a username Ashish Bakchi. He writes, July 4, 2024, cricket fans occupied every inch of Marine Drive to watch victory parade of Indian cricket team. February 16, 2024, unemployed youth covered every inch of Kanpur Central Station at 2 a.m., hoping to reach their destination and appear for the UP Police Constable recruitment exam. Now, there's an image with this showing us the two different situations, and there's photos of Om Birla, the Speaker of Lok Sabha. He's smiling at one photo and he's grumpy looking at the other photo. So this is
showing us the reality of our country as to when we need support, don't think so people actually go out and give it, right? In our next tweet of here, this has been posted by one Vaibhav Kokut, and he says, a big thank you to the sanitation workers of the Mumbai Municipal Corporation. Before the citizens who celebrated the World Cup victory parade woke up, the sanitation workers had already cleaned up and tidied up Marine Drive area. In fact, he says that the previous night, the Marine Drive area was littered with thousands of shoes and sandals, and these workers were busy removing all of it till dawn, and kudos to them for doing this. And by morning, they had restored Mumbai to its original state, and hence, he says, we should be very, very grateful, and he expressed his gratitude. Now, Afreen, literally, I would also like to make a mention that for all the mess that public went out and created, the sanitation workers did their job of cleaning a city so that you and I can actually travel there carefree.
Yeah. Let's give it to them, and let's go on to the next tweet. Okay, so this is a username Rajat Datta 13. So he writes, a person died because a part of your terminal building fell while he was working in his low-paying job. I didn't see any apology at the least. So he's replying to a Delhi Airport tweet where the Delhi Airport has written, welcoming the world champions at Delhi Airport soon, Team India T20 World Cup. Yeah. So he's talking about how the recent incident, a person died because of a part of the terminal of the airport fell on him. Right. So he's talking about how such instances or such incidents are not given any sort of highlight, or mainstream media doesn't cover it. But when it comes to events like the victory parade, all of them are covering it. It's all over the news. It's all over the media and all of that.
The least that you could have done, Delhi Airport or probably the administration out there, is to be apologetic for what happened. Moving ahead, we have Mr. Mangalam Malu, another ex-user who writes, India won T20 World Cup, Mumbai lost many slippers. I think he just wanted to be quite simple out there, saying that what I saw on the streets was a whole lot of slippers that people lost, which actually was something that even I was curious that people didn't want to take back their shoes and slippers that they wore and came.
I mean, the crowd was insane. Did you see? It was a wave of people.
Yes.
I don't think people had control over, just movement also. It just went.
Absolutely. It was just like a crazy fan, vibe that we had. Oh! This tweet.
Okay, we have a tweet from Nabila Jamal, who is an anchor with India Today. She writes the paradox, and in the image you can see during cricket victory match, there's a whole lot of crowd on the streets, and during on election day, there's nobody on the street. So she's trying to tell us the hypocrisy. Like, people come out for cricket. Like, of course, people have, you know, a different sort of fan following for cricket. The craze, it's like a religion for some people. So she's talking about that. But on election day, on serious important days like that, we don't see people come out on the streets, create awareness, or do any of that.
Which says that now you know that there are issues which are much more burning than just sports in our country as well. You need to pay attention to that. Now we have Rahul. Now Bhakt Unofficial is his ex ID, and he says voting percentage at most of the polling booths in Mumbai was below 50%, and he shares the picture of the victory parade. Now over here, obviously, if he's doing that, he's just trying to question, saying what happened to this kind of participation when it was actually needed on such an important day. Next.
Yeah, this is also another user. Her name is Veena Jain, and she writes, Manipur wanted this support but never got it. She's with a heartbreak emoji. So, important issues that are happening in our country, like the Manipur issue, like the NEET re-examination issue, all of this did not get people support. People did not come out on the streets to, you know, protest or do any sort of, you know, a thing for it. But when it came to the India victory parade, people got on the streets. It was a mad crowd. So, you know, I'm not telling that it's bad that people got out on the streets. Like, we support Team India. But,
of course we do.
But there are also other issues which need people's support, and Veena Jain is trying to raise awareness about that.
Well, moving ahead. The next tweet comes from the cancer doctor, Dr. Hussain 96, and he writes, no hate to this celebration, not at all. But even if 10% of this crowd had stood up for Manipur, wrestlers' protests, Muslim lynchings in India, all this would have been such a different, you know, situation. And I think everybody out here is not against the celebration of the victory parade. We are, you know, we're really happy for what Team India did after so many years, bringing the World Cup back to us. But what people are rather trying to say is it would be great to see this kind of participation, even on issues which need that kind of media attention, that need that kind of people's participation. And if people came out like this on the issues that he mentioned, imagine our country would be in a much, much, much more better place. Absolutely. Now, like we read out all the tweets before you, and you know, we spoke about the good, we spoke about the bad, but at the end of it, all that we're trying to say is that as much as India celebrates its sports, celebrates its culture, celebrates, you know, everything that is a part of our, a part of our country's eccentric values, we also have to stand up for other issues which are equally important, like some of the users had pointed out. So you don't forget to, like, share and subscribe to our channel, that is SoSouth, and also comment below this Tweet Pe Charcha video and let us know that the victory parade, did it really lead to some undesirable consequences? Because there were also, Afreen, reports of people who had fainted, who couldn't breathe, people who had to be rushed to the hospital because of mismanagement and all of that.
Do you think this sort of madness justifies, you know, whatever people are doing? Let us know in the comments below. Also, let us know what tweet or what concept or what story you would like us to, you know, talk about during our next Tweet Pe Charcha episode, and we will hopefully pick that up. That's it for now. This is Afreen Hussain.
I'm Sarah Fazil, and you're watching Tweet Pe Charcha.